go with. Galena seems very popular here, though. I was looking at some stats somebody brought up, and regarding the tournament play, and I think Galena has like over her pick rate's like 100% higher on Blood Run compared to other maps. So
yeah,
it's definitely a popular map for her.
Did I have music like sneak back in here? No, I didn't. All right, cool. I was just making sure my config wasn't going tricky on me. But we do have a slash pick from Deadication, which is rare enough at this point to still kind of make your eyebrows raise, and you go, oh, he's playing a slash. That's actually bringing a little bit of fighting words, because slash is not played all that often, but you look at Rafa, you look at Cypher, you look at a few of those players, and yeah, they pull them out and they make some really amazing things happen. On Blood Run, I'm going to need some convincing. I hope that Deadication can open my eyes to some neat tricks here.
Yeah, I can't come. I am horrible with the crouch sliding, so anybody who makes that work is good. I really don't know how the best to utilize slash. It's a horrible champion for me. I am terrible with
Did you
her.
play much Quake 4?
I'll tell you that right now. No, not at all.
Max, rather.
Yeah. No, not really. So that's it.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about these different movement styles coming out of these champions, is that you do have players who are much more used to bunny hopping. You have players who are used to crouch sliding, or at least miss crouch sliding from Quake 4, and now they get it. And now we get our first game here, guys. We've got Deadication, we've got KM Flame. Machiavelli, take us away.
Yeah, typical spawn. You got to watch out for that SNG spawn. It's just, you're always like a target going for that first, that first armor. Wow, some nice shots.
But we're not seeing an immediate frag here. We have both players with rails getting a few trades in, but Deadication right now having a little bit of trouble finding some stack on the map. He's been pushed back over to the upper armor room already, and even though there's a long time up before items, I mean, weapons are going to be the biggest thing he needs. Looks for a long rail down the hallway. Actually commits to the Dire Orb, going in for the Mega, and that could have been a good idea. Did not go his way, however, as he's going to be taken down and is hot swapping back over to Slash.
It Dire Orbed into a rocket launcher. Got to be careful. And he's in. Oh my gosh, just right into another rocket launcher ambush.
All right,
Flame is in great shape right now.
Yeah, I'm going to switch over to Flame here just because he's got the momentum, he's got the frags at this point, and even though Deadication was able to spawn with a ton of health on account of that clutch, and Flame has a bit of work to do, he still has the weapon advantage here. So one thing in Blood Run it's always useful to do is to look for a trap opportunity on the rocket launcher and or the LG. The rail, a little bit harder to make those opportunities happen, but at the same time, you have to make sure that you're staying on top of armor control, which is what KM Flame's got right now, as well as a little bit of latency. Jeez. If memory serves, that was something he had going for him a few weeks back during King of the Hill as well. His connection is not doing him any favors here. Might as well be in Australia, but man, Deadication making good use of the of the clutch shield, doing a ton of damage, but taking a lot as well. He's currently railable. He's in the danger zone. One defensive rail will keep Flame off his back here just for the moment. But coming through the upper teleporter, he's going to have to be very careful here.
Yeah, Deadication. I mean, he just picked up heavy armor, but he's got this big house of a character right now, and his shield's not. Oh, he just got those hourglasses. It's going to help. Shield's backed up.
And he might need it here pretty soon. He's been able to stack back up a little bit, but he's going in for the kill here. He doesn't want to leave this round without some blood. One more rocket would do it. They're both incredibly low, but there's the rail from Flame, giving him that first round. Nicely done.
Yeah, Deadication going, all or nothing. He put some damage on him already, so he's trying to get that last rail, and unfortunately, he just got hit first. And with clutch, you're probably going to get hit first a lot of the time.
And that's always such a danger here. You're absolutely right. I mean, the first items, these first fights can get so messy, but Flame getting good work out of the machine gun, getting that first frag in, and we have a nice little wow coming out of Deadication. It was amazing, but he better strap himself in for more if he's not able to get some sort of control here. But so far, the weapons have been incredibly difficult for him to pick up.
He shorted the Dire Orb, so he threw it at Mega, and he just came up a little short, and yeah, and his opponent got it and just killed him. So it's not a good way to start a duel.
But Deadication finally getting a little bit of damage in here as he's able to make his escape. Taking a little bit of health from the blood, but looking for more, absolutely. Oh, but his trail actually got the hit on Flame. I'm not sure if I've seen that in a duel just yet, but there it is. Usually, Slash's ability is a great way to get away, but it's a little bit too obvious to run into. But for Flame, maybe not so much. He's going to be forced over to Galena.
Yeah, I was over on Dedication's view. You know, he's over there rocket launcher, and then you just see the death message pop up. I was like, oh, I guess this trail worked out really well.
Yeah. All right, so he's got one in the bag here, and that has given him a little bit of breathing room to get his sight on timers, if not accurately at this point. Nice damage from the rockets, though, and Flame's going to get knocked on down and taken out, putting him on his last champ here. It's going to be a scale bear. A lot of health, a lot of armor available, but Dedication's still looking for timing here. He's not getting it. It's not going to be an easy fight either. Nice.
Gave it right back. It was nice position on his kill. You know, he had high ground, a rocket launcher, and he just put some work in on a flame. Oh, this is going to go down. This is it right here, though.
Geez, worlds and bodies are colliding with that clutch and scale bear. But the damage is pretty even either way. Both of them running away from that fight. This one might take a little bit longer, as they're both down to their last champ here in the second round. But Flame putting a little bit of pressure on the Mega. Still 10 seconds away, but he wants to make sure that if Dedication wants an LG, it's not going to be easy. In fact, all he has right now is a rocket launcher. No rails, no LG, making this fight for Mega really chancy. He's got the shield up, but he's got to be very careful here. He's got a lot of stack to burn through, and there's the last rocket from Flame to give him the frag and give him the round.
Yeah, he just got in his face and just went direct. You know, he hit himself, but he was so much more stacked, so he went behind the shield and just kind of, you know, kamikazed him, basically.
Round 3, fight.
All right, so this will be match point for Flame here. And as he gets started looking for the hit on the Dire Orb, he was able to get the hit, but it looks like Dedication is still okay in terms... Oh, I'm sorry. Flame is still okay in terms of stack, at least until that LG finishes him off. So Dedication getting the first frag, goes right back into LG, has a lot of time before items come back here, so weapons are going to be the big deal. Rails up, Rocket should be relatively safe, especially since he knows that Flame won't have a rail of his own just yet. And he's actually baiting it out a little bit. Not a lot of damage because, you know, he doesn't have a rocket launcher.
Yeah, rocket. Gotta have a rocket launcher in this game.
Absolutely necessary, but still Dedication is at a railable point, making that play up for armor rather risky, but it pays off. He's trying to backpedal into a little bit of a recovery mode here. He's able to get health. He's got plenty of armor. And 15 seconds left until the next Mega. The items are actually split nearly at that 20-second mark here, which gives a potential for Dedication to run both if he's careful. Oh no, running into it. I think you might have seen a little bit more latency there, which is really awful luck. But I like what Dedication is doing here. This this spawn has really turned into a point to spam anytime you get a frag. If you have visibility on the corner above rocket launcher, you know, get your railgun out, get your rockets out, and do everything you can, because you can likely get some free damage there.
Yeah, you see it. It's very common in games, right? They get the frag, and you just run right over that mega health hallway, and you just start sniping towards rocket launcher. It's a very common spawn. So you can tell these guys, when they get more experience with their dueling, you know, they're picking up on spawn patterns as well.
Well, this is a rough fight for Dedication. He gets out of there with barely any stack left over. Flame is still not quite railable. Dedication has to be a lot more careful, and he's going in for the rail, even though he was completely vulnerable at that point. He is ready for the fight here.
Yeah, Flame's still in great shape right now. Really stacked. He can turn this around. He just needs. If he can get a kill, I mean, arguably, I'd be looking by 3 minutes and 30 seconds. To me, it would be like, you know, oh, he already got it. So he's got plenty of time now.
I really admire that play out of Dedication. Dire Orbing down for the Mega Health, and he was able to get the grab, but he wasn't able to get out of the fight. Kind of lost track of where Flame was. But that's actually Flame's first frag here, so we still have Dedication with the potential to get a round under his belt. Dedication's looking but not quite listening for Flame just yet. They might have a clash here at Mega. It's still 3 seconds until it comes back up, and he's got to turn around, make that 180 happen. He's down to 18 health. One little bit of LG will do it, and there it is. So last chance here for Dedication.
Probably got a little aggressive with that Dire Orb, considering he had the 2 frag lead. But you know, hey, what are you gonna do? Just trying to end it right there.
Yeah.
He wanted that mega health.
All right, so this is down to the slash here from Dedication. He's gonna need to pull out all the stops to get this round back in the bag. He's got LG and rockets at this point. Yeah.
That's a rough matchup for a slash running into a scale bearer who's stacked. That's the other thing too. He's completely stacked right now.
And after hearing that Mega taken away, Dedication has to know that Flame has just every bit of stack over him. So he's got to make sure, yeah, get your free rockets, but never lose track of your opponent.
Oh.
Great response there. as he's able to pick up his first. I was really concerned because he was looking at the teleporter, keeping his back completely open, but really good reactions on the rockets.
Round begins.
Yeah, he just completely lost that engagement there at the end of Dedication, and he didn't even use his charge. I was surprised he didn't use the scale barrier charge at some point in that fight, going against the Slash.
All right, Dedication looking for the rail, and he's still pushing it forward. He's opening himself up to rail, and if he hadn't gotten that last bullet in, that might have been the end of him. But with 50 health left over, he's able to get an early frag against Flame's visor.
I gotta watch out for that rocket spawn. As you mentioned earlier, that rocket spawn very common after frags, especially in that central area, and he just rushed him right after. But it was a good initial kill. He switched to machine gun right after the rail shot and put a lot of pressure on Game Flame to get this one.
Really good rockets out of Flame there.
Probably a little too aggressive.
Yeah, so this is the first time we're actually seeing Dedication back off a little bit here. But now he's got to watch out for Galena's totems. Fortunately, he's clutch, so if he can stack back up on some health, he can eat a few of those and not slow down too much. Got 10 seconds before Mega comes back up. Flame is already kind of scouring down here in the hallway, looking for an entry with the rail. Not quite getting it, but you can hear Clutch coming from a mile away. Hopefully, Flame can get some damage here. He's able to get the Mega, but running into a barrage of nail gun. But there's the rocket to even the tables. Well, more than even the tables, as once again, Dedication is on match point with only a Slash left in his pocket.
Yeah, Clutch is powerful but the problem is rebuilding the stack. Very difficult to do sometimes. It's so big, and you run into any engagement, you're just going to take some damage unless your shield's up. So.
Alright, so Flame here, not a huge amount of stack for him. He's just got full natural. We've got Mega coming back up, and so far Dedication hasn't been really attacking the Mega all that much in this round. He's going to be looking for rocket launcher, or sorry, armor, but he doesn't have timing, which means he's spending a lot of time up there, not really getting much out of the fight, allowing Flame to stack up and get some of these early hits. There, he should have timing now. But what a fight. That Slash is completely blocked off there, and with 61 health left over, Flame is trying to back out of that fight. Got to make sure he's back up to at least above 80 there. The armor will certainly help out, as does the totem. And it's a good thing he got out of there when he did. And a beautiful rail as he comes around the corner to a rocket launcher room. He's got to be careful with the stair play. But it'll be a big fight over the armor at this point if Dedication wants to show up.
That Dedication's in a world of hurt right now.
Fortunately, he's someplace where he can recover a little bit, but that means Flame gets free items and information on his opponent right now. So Flame being a little bit noisy here, wanting to block off Dedication from coming down the jump pad for the moment.
Yeah, Flame really has command here. Dedication to nice little snipe. Good idea right there. Yeah, try to hit him after he picks up the Mega. Try to lower that stack.
It really does seem like Dedication has been winning a lot of these really messy fights, but he's just got so much stack to go through that it's not helping him out. One early rocket or a sneaky rail would do him a world of good, but here comes Flame. He's stacked up. He knows that Dedication is going to be weak and potentially trapped. That means you potentially actually chase your opponent out of the room, but you can catch them on this upper platform. He's got to watch out for the Slash trail. It's going to hurt him once again.
Oh my gosh.
2 in 1 round.
You got it. Nice. You got to give him credit, man. That's a heck of a frag. That's very entertaining. It's all I could say. I saw it. I saw the damage ticking. I'm like, oh my gosh, is he really chasing him right into that?
It's like, something that you have to acknowledge here on Blood Run. There are so many choke points that you are trying to chase your opponent through, especially down there at the Mega, and the Slash trail just says nope. Nice little donk there. It's going to be a fight over the Mega. Is it a fight that Dedication can get out of? I like this defensive rocket play. He's still weak, and Flame knows that you can see the frustration. He's like, I've got all the items. Look at this. I'm at 200 health, and I can't quite find it to nail him down. But there it is, just on the wrong end of the teleporter, and Flame takes it away. Yeah,
a little unfortunate. Well, Flame came right through the teleporter. It's a scale bearer against the Slash, and the Slash didn't have any armor, so one quick rocket, and that was a wrap.
All right,
so very entertaining with the Slash trail. Very entertaining.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted to see Slash used more often in a variety of ways. Even when you're watching somebody like Cypher use Slash, he's usually using it just across the map. The same way that a scale bearer will use his charge. Not in a fight all the time, but to make sure that he's able to get into position. So seeing it used aggressively that way takes a lot of awareness, takes a lot of planning. And if you can trap your opponent in the trail, well, you can see the instant results.
And just Something to note there. I noticed in the stats was 16-5 with the heavy armor pickups, and I think the Mega Health's K and Flame also had was roughly 10.
Yeah, he
Advantage
absolutely
on
had
the
all that
pickups there.
control.
So yeah, he's totally dominating the control of the map, which obviously made a big factor in him winning. Even some of those fights, like you mentioned, Dedication seemed to be getting the better of it sometimes, but he was going against such a stack that it really didn't matter, and Flames kept putting pressure on him, and you're playing the numbers game, right? So over the course of a match, you're going to think, if I have the stack most of the time and he doesn't, I'm going to win the majority of those fights. You hope so.
One of the things I'm loving about this duel format is, getting new players to understand that Quake is about more than grabbing a rocket launcher and holding down W and trying to make the best of it, has always been, it takes some work to convey. People get it, they click for sure, but there's that first hump to get over. I think this format is really going to do a great job of teaching people, hey, if I do that too much, I'm going to be losing very quickly. And especially in a map like Blood Run, you are afforded all sorts of opportunity to kind of step back, not take a fight, listen for your opponent is, go, okay, they're coming around that corner, they're coming through that teleporter, maybe I could just throw a rocket down, and that makes a world of difference. So I hope that, and we can see that people are definitely keying into it there. All right, it looks like we've got our... Sorry, go for it.
Yeah, I think one of the things, it really punishes you for mistakes in this game. So I think it's really easier to identify that, oh, that was bad because, I did that and, I died in less than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So,
that should be a clue. That maybe
things it's a little bit of a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever anybody is looking at Quake from the outside, they'll see like a crazy Aerowalk game that goes like 40-0, and they think it's just like bam, 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 rocket, rocket, rocket. And eventually, yeah, it totally is. But start slow. Make sure you are aware of where your opponent is, what items you need, what resources are coming up, and where a dangerous place is. That's actually what I would consider one of the more important ones for sure. All right. But it looks like they're back in here.
Getting those angles down on the map. Always critical, getting the angles down on the particular maps, and certain areas you want to shoot from, certain areas you know that are more defensive and all that stuff. So it's all practice.
2, 1.
And this is certainly a fantastic map for that, as the items are so far away from each other that you can see both players kind of hoarding onto one or the other. But Flame made a hell of a opening round there on Blood Run. We're going to have to see how he does here on Blood Run. I'm sorry, Champ Grounds? Nope, Blood Covenant, yeah. You know how many names this map has had over the years? Jeez. The Dedication getting a lot of solid rail hits in at this point. We've got Flame on Visor. He's going to need to take the slower way over to rail, but it looks like he's already got one of his own. Dedication pushing in with a little bit of extra health. He had some armor earlier, and now he's going to be looking for either armor or ducking back over to Mega, depending on where Flame runs off to. Looks like they're going to trade.
Flame didn't like his low position there, so he figured he'd go take Mega Health, right, and just give Dedication the armor.
And he's got to know that, yeah, that was going to be a trade. Nice. A little bit of spam damage to keep Flame off his back. Coming through the teleporter, though, he's going to take a world of hurt. And he's got to recover here, both on the 25 and the smaller armor. We've got just a few seconds before Mega comes back up. He's looking for some easy hits over by the armor, but he cannot afford to commit too much at this point.
Yeah, a little, you gotta be careful doing that. Dedication, he might die here. Oh, nice, in love, in love.
He caught at the bottom of the pillars. And again, using his flash trail for some safety on the jump pad, making sure he can't be followed. So I do like that. It got him the Mega, and this armor should be back up pretty soon as well. But Flame is still just barely above railable. They both are, in fact.
Yeah, I was surprised Flame didn't make a line right for that Mega Health when he had the opportunity.
Dedication going for a bit of spam on the armor, but just making sure, yep, you got it. I know when you got it, and now I can go get a Mega. And if you want to attack me, I've got the high ground for sure.
He should be looking to get some of those light armors, I think, right now. Yeah, get his 50 armor at least. His Mega Health. And he should be good to attack the heavy armor right now.
Nice. And he's caught in a bad position here on the bridge. It's going to be some tasty rockets turning into a tasty frag against Flame. Visor's down, Scale Bear is up, but Dedication has got weapons. He's got the stack advantage. And if he can find and hunt down Flame, there he is on the jump pad. He's not going to have any chance here on the Mega. He's doing a ton of damage with LG. It's working out all right for him, but the rockets just are not finding their way over to Flame. Jeez, that's got to be frustrating for Deadication.
Yeah, he had him dead to rights, man. He's gotta probably panicked a little bit of nerves, maybe. Missed those rockets.
That was so smart to switch away from rail at that point. If he missed that last rail, it would have been toast for him.
Well, yeah, and you know, when you get in that position, you start missing, and you know the nerves start getting to you a little bit. Yeah, just go with the percentages, man. Don't try to land a second rail or even the rocket.
Lucky sevens.
Just throw something out there. Yep, lucky sevens.
But so far, I mean, on this round, he's been pretty solid, not getting too committed to fights that he knows he can't take. But so far, Flame's also been walking into a lot of kind of nasty situations, just like here on the bridge. But this time, it's not going to be enough to finish him off. So that'll be Galena taking him down.
A little greedy from Deadication there, where you're just talking about how he was doing so good about not taking fights that weren't great for him. He rushed kind of headlong into that one when he had options. Oh my gosh, he came.
Nicely
Speaking
done.
of options, I'm just going to grab a rocket launcher and just run back over here and frag my opponent for the win of the round.
Yeah, this is a map that will absolutely teach you that if you're going to be at Mega, especially if you're going to be at Armor, you need to know where your opponent is and what his priorities are. If he's already stacked up on the other item, then yeah, you're going to be expecting an attack. All right, so watching Flame as we get kicked off here on round 2. He's used an early visor just to make sure that Deadication won't be sniffing around his territory too much at this point. And going back up for weapons. He's actually getting chased up the jump pad here, banking everything on that rail and then running away at the last possible moment. They both took a lot of damage, both railable. And so now they've got to be careful here. So it might be an even trade-off. They might just call it a truce here for this fight at least. But no, here's Deadication still showing up, ready for the LG fight, and he takes it, both the frag and the armor.
Yeah, it was like he hit him with 2 rails, and then given his position, you know, he fell back to try to pick up the heavy armor. Deadication correctly recognized he didn't have time to pick up any light armor, so all he could have was a little bit of health, and he just came right in there.
And such aggression coming out of Deadication to make sure that Flame's not going to be anywhere near the Mega. Unfortunately for him, he's lost timing on the Mega, so he's going to be a little bit free-floating here. He's got a bit of that armor left over, and my god, the reaction time! There's a beautiful trap set by Flame around the corner.
Ooh.
But he whipped right around with that rocket.
Clutch shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the reaction time, the whip around one was nice, and then the clutch rail there. The second one obviously was follow up, but he could have went to a lighter gun and finished him regardless. Nice rockets. Nice rockets. Just really good. I mean, just recognizing that, you know, there was no getting out of that, you know, with the lightning gun and everything. Just land your shots and you can get a kill right there. It's going to be close, but, you know, don't panic. And he didn't. I mean, it's really good. Good job with Deadication. It's a big turnaround for him.
Yeah, I mean, both literally and figuratively. I mean, his reaction time around the corner shot was beautiful. Here, this is going to be a messy escape if Game Flame decides to push this thing. He's not going to at this point, but the play for Mega is not going to really give Deadication much in the way of actual bonus health.
Yeah, just a little damage, a little machine gun damage. I'm surprised. There he goes. Heavy.
All right, so trying to
So
stay
yeah,
safe
figure Cam Flames. Oh, nice rails. I figured he's going to make a strong play for this Mega Health, though, and he's going to run right back to heavy armor afterwards.
It would be a real mistake for Deadication to show up at this Mega. He's going to peek around the corner, both looking for health and a hit, and that's exactly what he got. Now he's looking for a way out of there. So that hit should give him a pretty safe play here on the armor. I'm sure Flame will, you know, return in kind and want to show up and at least rain down some rockets. But the hits from Deadication are going to be threatening him here. There's the one rail. One more would do it, but no, he doesn't have the time.
Yeah, a little coming out with that rail. Got to be careful doing that, especially if you're not going to get the kill right then and there. And it was a close fight. That's bad position. Good kill by Flame.
Yeah, so Flame doing the conservative thing now and realizing that his opponent has gone rail side. He's going to cross over the top and expected to find his opponent, but he's back over by the Mega instead, which is not going to give Deadication a lot in terms of weapons, but KM Flame gets a little bit turned around and ends up taking a rail in the back. He can take the armor to recover, and he's still got 10 seconds to get over to Mega, which is bad news for Deadication. Here he comes, looking for the air rocket, doesn't quite get it, and here's the finisher with the LG if his stack can hold on to it, and there it is.
Yeah. Coming right up the jump pad, Good defense. I mean, a little. I mean, he obviously wished it could have been cleaner. He kept more of a stack on the kill, but nevertheless, it was a kill opportunity, and he got it. So that's the important thing. He needs to get this round. It'd be a nice turnaround because Dedication's look really sharp at first too.
Oh, Dedication's got to be incredibly careful here. He wanted to get some close distance for the acid spray, but it opened himself up to 1, 2,
Nice.
and now 3 rails. It would have been completely viable to wait around that corner, find your opponent coming up the bridge, do a rail, and then go back to Mega to make sure he can steal that. But he was really far forward there.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, and I like the aggression at the end there. One of the things I like about the new duel format is it really encourages you to go after that frag like that, where in previous Quakes, you know, that would, because it was the end of the round frag, right? So kind of go for it versus, you know, previous Quake, maybe you back off because, you know, even if you get that kill there, you're worried about losing control, right? So little differences. I enjoy it.
And I'm sure Dedication is enjoying this turnaround for him at this point. He's going to be opening up with the slash here already. And man, finding Flame in the midair with the rail. Beautifully shot. That creates a little bit of an awkward fight here potentially if his opponent spawns over on the Mega side of the map. He's going to do some damage with rail at the very least, but he can leave here at will and go get armor. But the longer he waits, the more timing separation he creates as well, which might make his job a little bit easier for item control in the future. That actually kind of helped him out a little bit. I mean, it means that there's more time between the 2 items. Taking both items will be a little bit easier for Dedication now. I mean, he's going up against a Scale Bear, who will have a tougher time running the map. Those skates are so loud. They really shred.
Yeah, they are, right?
On my ears.
That's funny. I was just thinking the same thing when I was like, man, their movement's really loud.
This is a nasty place for Dedication to be. He's open to rails, he's open to LG. He's trying to toss out a few of his own, but now he's railable and he sits there. And you know what happens after that. Oh wow, here comes Scalebear right into a barrage of puke. Oh man, I'm sure that was going to go differently in his head.
5 health. 5 health left over. He's in trouble. Oh no, I'm surprised the Scalebear didn't, or surprised Dedication didn't shoot at him at all right there. He was so low.
He's banking a lot out of this fight with only a rocket launcher. He's done the damage with the acid. He knows that Flame was going to be weak there. But especially now as Galena is spawning up, he's really got to turn his eye towards item control. The damage on the rockets is good and enough to bounce Flame off of there and give him the round.
Yeah, good turnaround for Dedication that map. Yeah, a little surprised Flame, you know, went so hard at the heavy armor there at the end. He didn't have much of anything. So he kind of, you know, went all in there and Dedication. He knew he was low. That's why he just kind of went there with the rocket launcher. So good win, good turnaround. I like his slash play. It's good.
Yeah, again, I'm really happy to see Slash get a little bit more airtime on stream, just because it shows players just how versatile she can be with the crouch sliding, both on larger maps where, you know, covering the distance is really handy, and in those closer quarters where you can use the trail to block off some exits, like we've seen, you know, beautifully done. And actually blocking off jump pads is incredibly handy as well. But it looks like our next map is going to be Corrupted Keep, which means we won't have any more rail shenanigans.
Yeah, no more rail. Last map, actually, the pickups were very even. I was looking at the heavy armor and the mega health, very even, but the Dedication had a big edge in damage, so he was just setting the better traps, landing the better shots, and so overall putting in the better work. He had it was close to 3,500 damage compared to like 2,300 from Flame, so it was a significant difference.
Right. That, and both players were really, you know, willing to get mixed into these really kind of nasty fights where neither could be completely sure about the outcome. Maybe here in Corrupted Keep, things will slow down a little bit more. They'll realize what the stakes are. Flame won't be riding high off of his victory. This will be the tie-breaking map. Well, we'll have to see.
Always like to see how a player does when there's no rail on the map. A lot of players love the railgun. I love the railgun. So when you take something away from them, it's just interesting to see how everybody adjusts, because this really is all, you know, machine gun, lightning gun, rocket launcher, you know, a little shotgun, but you know, it's, you know, no railgun. So see how you do.
Yeah, and again, I'm hoping that they're both realizing what the stakes are at this point. The last possible map for either of them. But it seems it's changed up the roster a little bit. We've got KM Flame choosing a BJ, maybe to counter Dedication Sorlag, who's actually switching over to Anarchy in favor over Slash. Which I don't hate.
Yeah, Anarchy's arguably probably one of the funnest champions to play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, the movement is
But his ability also kind of, you know, assumes that you're going to be able to get out of that fight. We'll see if that happens.
Round begins.
I made the error. You know, you click it too early and then you take the damage after you hit your ability. It's off. So frustrating. You leave with like 4 health. Like, ah.
Yeah. All right, but they're going to be clashing right here at the rocket launcher. Oh, are we going to see Ring out? Is he gone? No, he's back up there on the jump pad, ready for more LG. Only 18 health, but Dedication is still there. He got a great rocket, and actually, it did the job. Mutual frag, and look at Dedication spawn. He gets right back into it with a nice pair of weapons.
A little desperation rocket at the end as he was dying, caught him in the air.
If you love something, let it go.
Actually,
yeah.
Yeah, just throw the rocket, man. Just throw.
All right, so Dedication showing a few gaps in his armor at this point, or rather mega health, as he doesn't have time on it. Oh, and the rockets are going to go wide, and he's still kind of pushing forward on this right into the eagerly awaiting shaft from Flame, who's going to stuff him out very quickly. So it's down to Sorlag for Dedication here. Again, I was hoping that this would slow things down here a little bit, but neither player looks like that they want that to happen. Yeah.
Very fast round.
Wow, yeah.
Holy cow. Just right in this face, right away.
It's always tempting when you know that you've done a lot of damage to your opponent in the last fight, and you think, all right, they're going to be weak, but at the same time, you have to realize they also have, you know, weapons. They have an LG. I don't. You have to work to get an LG in this map.
But he really didn't do that much damage then. By the scale bearer was still stacked. And in that initial, you know, the second frag for him was for Flame was pretty much.
I can try to find some logic in it, and if it's not there, you know, I'm sorry. There's only so much I can do. Oh, but these direct rockets, that's what Dedication is banking on. He's gambling on these 100 damage rockets every single time. And to his credit or his derision, he's actually been getting them.
And Flame helping him out a little bit, you know, coming through the doorway and, and you know, running into his rocket fire. And just...
But he's actually trying to go quiet on his hoverboard here. Oh, this is the first time we've seen this. But of course, as the fight starts up, he's getting the trap in on the on the rocket launcher, but the LG from Flame is just too strong.
It got a good stream on him. It was a good. I like the ambush idea. I thought he had good position. Honestly, if he just landed rockets a little bit cleaner, well, he came back with the kill right away.
Yeah, the triangle.
I mean, he knew he had him low. But
and look at this, right off of the spawn, Flame going for the double LG, but that'll tie it back up 1-1. This is just a brawl.
Prepare to fight.
Yeah, they're just these guys not like each other or something. Is there, you know, is there something personal going on here that we don't know about?
Well, I'm sure the results of this match won't be helping the relationship for sure. We can hear Visor doing his thing over there.
Somebody stole his lunch money as a kid or something. I don't know.
They come right back into it. With the shotgun could actually do it, but man, Dedication's rockets, yeah. As you can see, the proof is in the pudding, as it is all over the walls. Flame's Visor getting knocked on down.
And nice rockets. I really like controlling the rocket launcher here too, if you can. The rocket launcher area. Oh, he's better.
It's not like the Quake 2 days where you can completely deny that weapon for the entirety of the match, but you can have a fight that you know will be in your favor because they don't have the weapon yet.
Yeah, and I guess you play a little area denial. I guess is how to do it now.
Oh man, Dedication's got to watch out for Flame's LG here. He's got to get away. Doesn't have any drugs to rely on, as he'll be taken on down.
Why are you torturing me like
this? I always chuckle at Ranger's voice line.
That sounded a lot worse than it really was. Yeah. By the way, I know what you meant, but you know.
All right, so Dedication's only got Baylag left alive here. Going to be making good use of the acid, but when it's a scale bearer, you have so much to work through. But that shotgun certainly does help out. That last 5 points of damage taken out thanks to that acid. And that's down to BJ here, who's got double MG, and it's going to do it. What?
Gosh.
Okay, all right, fine.
Okay, Serious question. Have we had a round even go 2 minutes yet?
No.
I mean,
No, we
this
haven't.
is just,
Round
I mean, right?
begins in
That was 90 seconds right
3,
there, that last round.
2,
These guys are going
1.
at it.
Fight.
Slash are still totally BFFs.
All right, so we have Nailgun and Mega taken away by Dedication, looking for a rocket launcher. No trap from Flame, as Flame is going up for armor instead, which creates about 8 seconds between them. That's not bad. If Dedication was able to get any ears on that timing, it will certainly help out. There's one direct rocket actually traded there, as both players will need to get away and stack back up before Mega comes back up. And really good. Oh, man, just spamming that doorway has been so effective for Dedication there. And the last little bit of LG, he can use an LG, is able to take down Flame.
Yeah, Flame just got nailed with some rockets and really had nowhere to go.
Oh, there's a... Do they say anything about when a scale bearer crosses your path? Well, not such bad luck for Dedication, as it's down to only BJ here, and he is 1 frag away from tying up this game 2-2.
Yeah, it's just running around, really utilizing that rocket launcher, really well right now.
Looking for an
I mean,
actual trap here on the Mega, but that trap turns into just a clean grab. And Flame comes down a little bit too
nice
late.
turnaround.
He's looking for an exit. That rocket could have ended Dedication at that point.
It was actually a good idea by Dedication, the quick turnaround. We just kind of break this shot.
All right, 25 seconds before Dedication's dealer shows back up. He's going to need to get help the old-fashioned way here. As cross at the top, Flame is looking for another fight with both Rockets and LG. Getting caught on this corner is always a pretty good way to make sure your opponent's not going to get an easy time going to that Mega. As the Mega's taken away by Flame, I'm not sure if he has Guns Akimbo ready, but one LG will do the trick.
Yeah, I was surprised Dedication went back that time. I he wanted, I know what he was thinking. He wanted to throw a rocket over at Mega, and he was a little late, and when he went over there, Flame was coming right back in his face already, and it was too late to back up by that time, so...
Really good opening rockets here. He might not even need to drop down. Yeah, those rockets doing the work for sure. Got to be careful about that acid. He wants more? No, he wants the Mega. He's like, just come on. All right, so final frag here for Dedication. Oh, really good opening LG. Even getting through the teleport is going to be a tough task for Dedication here. It's going to get fought off the armor, and it's going to be a long time before that Mega comes back up. He won't have much of an opportunity as he's got to stack back up.
Cam Flames needs that one frag right now.
Yeah, the rare quiet moment
in great
between
shape,
these two guys. Here comes the Rockets, though. Oof. Mega taken as well as burned off. Oh, and right around the corner, beautifully done.
Turnaround.
Nice spam, and that'll tie it back up.
Yeah, it was just, he was, strafe jumping over there to heavy armor, was jumping off the ledge, figured, throw a rocket, coming out of the doorway there from Mega Health, and I mean, it's just good defensive rocket right as you're going away, and this guy happened to be there. Here we go. So, I mean, sudden death.
Yeah.
Hey, on the bright, that actually went over 2 minutes. It was close to 3 minutes that round. So.
Yeah. Geez, KM Flame barely getting out of that fight alive. He's going to need to take away 225s down here below the armor, but coming up this jump pad might be dangerous for him. He's able to steal away the armor up there and get out of the fight. He's got to be ready for this next Mega, which is still a ways off. But if Dedication has any idea of where Flame's at, he could be in real trouble.
It looks like he's just trying to pull the rocket launcher a little bit here.
Oh, jeez. He's going to get caught here. 2 health, and Dedication getting the first frag in this very last round.
Yeah, just good ambush, recognizing, Flame didn't have a rocket launcher, and you can see right now he's trying to go over there, deny. Looks like Flame's going to get it here, though.
Yep, just keep spamming.
It's a good way to get his first, but a good way to get his first frag. His opponent didn't have a rocket launcher. He was kind of just watching that area, set an ambush. And, got a good ambush. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Dedication just didn't have a way out of that fight once he realized Flame was up there.
That's the other way around.
Yeah, sorry. I was looking at the score like, oh wait, no, that's the wrong dude. All right, Shotgun could do some real work here, but with only 2 health, it's too risky as the tables are turned there. And Dedication manages to take it away.
Round.
Yeah. I got to go back to your theory about these guys hating each other.
There was some really big aggression there. But, you just got to, look at the rocket damage.
Yeah.
Just compare the two. I was going to say, it felt like before I saw this